The new next-generation science standards require teachers to integrate authentic inquiry practices into their instruction in order to deepen students' learning. Meeting these expectations imposes new challenges to how teachers will assess their students' competencies. In Phase 1, we developed a prototype called InqBlotter that revolutionizes both assessment and learning of inquiry. InqBlotter is an alerting dashboard that integrates with Inq-ITS online labs. Inq-ITS automatically assesses inquiry practices with built-in data-mined algorithms, and InqBlotter alerts teachers when students have difficulty. Here's how it works. Imagine a student struggling to collect data that will allow him to test his hypothesis. As he's working, his teacher receives an alert on InqBlotter. By clicking on his alert, she sees what specific kind of difficulty he is having. InqBlotter reports he is changing too many variables. She also sees other important information, his past performance, and other difficulties he has had. With all of this information, she can provide the precise, in-the-moment feedback the student needs. When she's finished helping, she clicks on the Resolve button and moves on to the next student in need of assistance, indicated on InqBlotter. InqBlotter helps teachers deliver immediate, informed feedback to their students so that every student has the opportunity to reach proficiency in science inquiry skills. On Phase 1, we developed our InqBlotter iPad app to allow multiple classrooms to use InqBlotter at the same time. Built alerts for two critical practices, namely hypothesizing and collecting data for physical science. Pilot tested for usability and initial feasibility with 6 teachers and 196 students. In our pilot test, teachers reported that InqBlotter gave them key data as to who needed help and on which skills. They said InqBlotter enabled them to help more students more quickly. Students were receptive to receiving help, even if they did not ask for help, and the students found the help both useful and acknowledged its importance in their learning.
The InqBlotter was a wonderful tool just in terms of knowing where the students were and kind of what they were struggling with. So it really provided me a chance to monitor my big class of students, so there were 29 of them, but I was able to know almost instantly who was struggling and who wasn't, and then provide the assistance necessary. And more than just informing me, kind of who was having a hard time, it told me exactly what their problem was.
I use InqBlotter every time I use an Inq-ITS lab. I think to me, it's part of it. It's something I need. It's a tool I need for that lab, and it's a very helpful tool. I think Blotter is one of the best things that you guys have done.
In Phase 2, we will include alerts for new skills, data interpretation, and warranting claims. Add new features identified from our pilot study, such as prioritizing alerts, providing a class overview, and showing how long students spend on each inquiry task. Extend InqBlotter to work with our life science and earth science labs, support smartphones and other tablets in addition to iPads. Complete its packaging by hardening its infrastructure, finishing integration with our learning management system, and creating teacher onboarding materials. Finally, we will conduct a randomized controlled study to determine if InqBlotter enables teachers to help more students more efficiently, and if students who receive that help improve their inquiry practices. Inq-ITS lets students practice authentic inquiry, while InqBlotter gives teachers immediate information on students' difficulties. Teachers get the tools they need to help their students learn the 21st century skills for the jobs of the future.